You will come through doorways that you didn't even know were there. See something unbelievable. But you have to believe it because it's right there in front of your eyes.
Two problems. One, the short I was going to review today, Safe Haven, could not be ripped with hard-coded subtitles. I don't know why, but it couldn't. And I did not discover this until I popped it open now to try and watch it. And two, all day today I have been working on everything but a new script. For the simple reason, I've been neglecting a whole lot of stuff for the past month doing this project, and putting it all off for another week simply wasn't happening. So, had to bite my tongue and just do that and worry about how I'm supposed to squeeze out a new video until then. However, you take those two problems, you put them together, what do you have? You have a solution! So, yes, today I will yet again be reacting to a short. You know, which is fun. No, I don't mind doing it, but it hurts my pride, you know. I really wanted this project to be entirely scripted reviews where I can go into proper detail, and instead I just have to react to it. It sucks, but it is the way it is. Either way, I hope you enjoy. I'm going to make it very fun, I hope. Because not only is Safe Haven one of the longer, I think actually the longest short of any VHS short ever, but it is also a return of Gianto, who we saw in the subject, the last review that I made. And it is by far the most brutal short ever. Okay, maybe not ever, but in VHS. Put it like this. If I were to actually script a proper description of the stuff that goes on in this short, that may be the thing that get me kicked off YouTube, so all in all a blessing in disguise. Therefore, let us turn on Safe Haven as soon as I start a new video clip. Safe Haven is actually somewhat nostalgic to me, because it made the basis for a music video that I made.
We're good? We're good.
I can't remember how old I was. I can't have been more than 17 or 18, I think. Probably the most brutal music video I ever made, and I enjoyed it a lot. I unfortunately lost it. But, shit happens. I remember the guy, the singer of the band that I made the video for, he complained that it was very, very slow in the beginning, but then, wow, did it kick off! And that very much mirrors what is going on in this short, because it starts very slowly, it builds up unease and tension, because what they're talking about, what they're building up to, not the most comfortable subjects, where we have cults, we have, how do I put it? Summer, early spring relationships, we have forceful convictions, we have acts. This short gets messed up. If you are not comfortable watching something more brutal than the average mainstream horror film, this short is not for you. If you could sit through Terrifier, stick around, it'll be fun. Also, drinking a glass of milk in a bar, dude, I don't care if you're trying very hard not to be seen as dangerous or impure in any way. That is a serious douche move. I like the little details going on, like those two holding hands, affirming their relationship with one another, comforting one another, bouncing off one another, reacting to one another, bringing out the best in one another. I like that little detail. That's definitely garbage bags. Just some normal, religious, not at all creepy stuff going on there. No, no, no.
Can I see the spy cam? Where? In my bag.
Oh yeah. The camera crew, English. Or I suppose American, but they speak English.
Here, hands up. Oh. Fucking dick, you know that?
So the setup is, they want to get to know this cult, to provide an objective portrait of the cult to the rest of the world. Or at least that's what they say they want to do. In reality, they want to show what is actually going on within those walls. And we are about to be given a very hefty clue right now.
Makasih. Ini adik bikin sendiri atau dibantu anak-anak lain?
Saya bukan anak kecil. Sang bapak telah memberikan.
Cukup Lydia. Siapkan yang lain saja.
I know what she said because that line was the first to let me know where this was going.
Oh, wait.
I can't remember exactly what the woman said.
Hey, Elena.
But in some way or another she referred to the little girl as, well, a little girl. And the little girl answers, oh, I'm not a little girl anymore. Daddy took care of that.
Coming.
Not a comfortable review.
Kita semua anak-anak Bapak.
Look, if nothing else, you can clearly get this place shut down over mold concerns. There is no way this place is clean.
Oh, ini tempat udah berapa lama ya, Bu?
Ah, show us some respect. Stand up in our presence. Very good.
Hey, we're not the only one filming, guys. Are you spitting some?
A considerable part of the short is just this build-up where you get a sense of what is going on, but nothing's outright shown to you yet.
Oke, baiklah. Kita mulai aja langsung, Pak ya. Silakan. Ya, pertama-tama saya mau nanya.
Although I just noticed something.
Kamu tidak apa-apa?
But I should address that later, really.
Oke. Ya, kita mulai dari pertanyaan yang paling pertama ya, Pak ya.
Just make sure she's fine.
Jangan khawatir.
No, jangan khawatir, Pak.
Dia akan diubus.
Very unprofessional, guys. Don't do personal issues in front of the camera. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about, because I do it all the time and I know I shouldn't. Also, I just noticed him and I have the same sort of facial hair. I don't like that. Shaver!
Tapi tidak secantik milikmu.
Maksudnya?
And yeah, another
Ini
creepy
akan
line.
membuahkan suatu
These children are very beautiful. And the lady answered, yes,
untuk menuju ke
but
sana.
not as beautiful as your child will be.
Dan saya
So she knows she's pregnant,
merelakan istri-istri dan anak-anak mereka
and that would suggest there is some kind of legitimacy to whatever they're up to.
Cuci
And
banyak dari mereka yang masih
apparently they have plans for her
melihatnya
kid.
sebagai sesuatu yang bejat. Tapi saya melihatnya sebagai sebuah
And the
revolusi.
great beauty of children. You know,
seperti yang dilihat oleh
none of this is okay. No.
Saya perlu mendongak ke atas untuk merasakan surga.
Hey, only I'm allowed to be wide-eyed here. You stay off my thing.
Mau kemana?
Saya harus ngambil baterai di mobil sebentar aja Pak. Maaf.
Look, I know they're there for a ruse, but really, I were this guy, I'd feel justifiably pissed as well, because it's not a professional operation here, guys. I mean, come on, you can do better.
Adam, I am pregnant. And you're the father.
Oh, te quiero, me quiere. I don't know Spanish. I just really wanted to reference one of those Spanish teledramas. Teledramas? No?
Fix this.
Telenovelas.
No, sir.
I am pregnant, and it is your child, and he is my fiancé. That's what's going on.
I'll tell Malik myself. And whether or not I keep this, and whether or not he walks, I still don't fucking need you. You heard me.
Fine.
Okay, her body and all that, but time and place, lady. Or at the very least, delivery.
Maksud saya, Bapak pikir
Waktunya sudah tiba.
Apaan, Pak?
Saudara-saudariku,
The mad cult leader is speaking. No good can come from this. Strobe warning. Gore warning! Or at least splatter. Uh-oh. Kids, don't drink dark-colored liquid served to you by mad cult leaders. Don't do that. Don't fucking interrupt me. I also remember that line. Well, that's not good. Also, that is more along the lines of what I would have expected Martha's dress. I think her name was Martha. Her dress, I think that's more along the lines of what I would have expected it to look like after the thing went in Parallel Monsters. Well, what did you think it would be? That's really not good! And I thought the Parallel Monsters cooch was scary.
penuh dengan hentikan mereka seperti aku menghentikan mereka.
Sir,
So now we know what he did with the knife earlier.
wait, hold on.
Kamu tidak mau dengar.
Okay, wait a minute. I saw the size of you and the size of him. You seriously mean to tell me you could not push that guy off? Heart and arteries. Does wonders for the skin. Right, so the thing I noticed earlier, he cut those symbols in himself, and he did that before the interview.
Anak-anak Pak, jangan.
Meaning he knew where this was all going because he was preparing for it. And yet, he said yes to the interview? Why? Was it to have some kind of documentation or eyewitness to their ascension, or whatever I should call it? Apocalypse, I guess. Oh. Full on Jonestown in this place. And that guy, he's just been standing there this whole time, just watching. Probably among the most disturbing scenes I know of. And you bet your ass I included that in the music video. Okay, Iscariot, calm down. That's a Helsing reference, by the way.
Oh shit.
Great gore! Dudes, what are you doing? You're supposed to be shooting yourselves and you're stopping him shooting you? Why? Just shoot him!
I'm sorry, man.
No, not you. You were gonna do that, so why didn't you shoot him? I mean, what? Okay, that is seriously creepy. That's giving me some serious Attack on Titan vibes. I might exaggerate some other things. That was not one of them. Screw that face to hell where it came from. No offense to the actress. If anything, you did a fantastic job. Oh, you prick. You're seriously just gonna let shit happen to... There's weapons everywhere. Go grab one and rush back. You go with an iron pipe. He goes with an iron pipe. There are shotguns lying around. How's that for a reward? I do wonder about that. Do people in cults who worship horrible demonic things, do they not contemplate what exactly they're supposed to be getting out of it? Equality, bitch! I really want a better view of what's going on with the legs there. Because it's all very bloody, but what's going on? Is he ripping their hands from her limbs, or what is going on? Oh, that's bad. What happened to her legs? I just know that. Are they rubber? That was awesome!
Johnny!
Oh god. Why is it always zombies? Why do the dead have to resurrect with the arrival of a savior, or whatever the prophecy is? Zombie kids. As if kids weren't scary enough. Hey! can't remember. I'm just not gonna show that bit. Anyone remember flash mobs? That's what that had me of. So stay quiet. And then, woo! Oh yeah! Well, that was easy. I would have figured getting ripped apart by zombies would be a hell of a lot harder to escape than that. Glad he didn't let the cliché, oh I don't have the keys thing stop him. Although I do wonder how he started the ignition if he didn't have the keys. Unless they were actually in the car. In which case, what douche locked the keys into the car? If anyone ever wonders why Satan has a bull's head, sorry, a goat's head, it's to ram speeding vehicles. The more you know. Ah, I've seen people wake up from a bender looking worse than that. You're fine. Well, you're alive. You're hurt, but you're alive. You can probably crawl. Things could be worse. Or not. Okay. I went a bit over the top there. But in my defense, the camera cut out before we reached the end by about a minute. Actually, a bit less, actually. That was Safe Haven. And, as I mentioned earlier, I have a fairly long history with this short. Fairly nostalgic history. But I think even if I didn't, I freaking love this short. Everything from the acting to the setup to the exotic location, and by that I mean the first time I watched this was not an area that I was at all familiar with, and yet it's a very real area. At no point did it feel staged, at no point did it feel like it came out of someone's fantasy. It felt very much proper location for the proper shot. It was very, very good. So there was a sense of exotic, well, yeah, the exotic. And at the same time it felt very real, very gritty and very, very believable. Until everything goes haywire shortly before the middle. The build-up and all of that, it felt very, very believable. But then they had to go and throw in the thing... Shut up. But then they had to go and throw in the thing with the girl being pregnant. And that just felt like melodrama for the sake of melodrama. I mean, we already had the creepy as hell setup going on here. And then everything that happened afterwards... I feel like if maybe the ultimately pointless, but if anything just tragically humorous thing with the child becoming the demon lord or whatever happened to it, I feel like this could have been a whole lot more believable and a whole lot more scarring than it ended up being. It went from genuinely uneasy, terrifying sense of horror to a monster movie with all the violence and all the blood and just all the awesome stuff that makes cheesy horror cheesy horror. Am I being unfair now? Am I saying... Okay, maybe I'm being unfair in simplifying it, but I just felt like we went from genuinely unpleasant areas to... How can I put it? A safer, more familiar style of horror. And... I don't know, how do I feel about that? I suppose there is a bit of a Terrifier thing going on here, where the horror really comes from just how creatively messed up it all went towards the end. But there's two movies, basically. There's one genuinely uneasy, very believable, very real sense of this is unpleasant, I don't want this, get me the hell out, to violence exaggerated to the point of ridiculousness for the sake of entertainment. There is kind of a clash between the two, but both halves are done incredibly well. I just didn't feel like they were complementing one another. But either way, this is by far away one of my favorite shorts in any VHS. And right up there with The Empty Wake, right up there with... Fuck. But right up there with all the best ones that I really enjoy. And... what else can I say? Yeah, the actors, fantastic performances. The script, like I said, a bit of a mixed bag, but all in all, very, very good. The found footage purity, fantastic. The setup, great. The characters, we didn't exactly get to know them very well, but there were hints at personal relationships and things like that, which I felt were conveyed their character very well. What else? Oh yeah, the special effects. The thing with the belly, the CGI-ish belly, that just looks shit. But all of the practical effects, all of the blood, all of the makeup, all of the dolls, all of that stuff, that was fantastic. With the exception of the legs hanging off the table, that didn't look very good. But for going so believable to so ridiculous so fast, the ridiculous bits still looked really, really, really real. Very believable. Incredible. Incredible work on this one. It feels a lot less comic booky and a lot less video game than The Subject did, which is from the same director. And all in all, I really enjoyed this one. And I hope I didn't lay it on a bit much.